Hey beauties, good evening to you. So beautiful people, by now everyone should be aware of the attempted assassination of America's former president Donald Trump. So Saturday evening at a rally in somewhere in Pennsylvania, while giving his speech, hopefully he wants to be the in his own view wants to be the incumbent or the chosen person for the next president, which is, I know that elections are going to be held sometime in November, I think, of this year. Yes. And he's doing his rounds in terms of rallies and so on. And apparently a 20-year-old guy on top of a roof with what I think I read was AR-15 rifle, I don't know those things, and multiple gunshots went off and it grazed the right ear of the former president. I mean, he dived to the ground. In Jamaica, duck. The man duck. He dived to the ground and held on to his ear, and you could see the droplets of blood coming down, unfortunately. Now, this is a serious situation because, to be honest with you, my beautiful people, I never thought, I don't know, for some reason, that in this 21st century that people would think to, do some sort of assassination, because it's a more modern time. It's not like how many years ago, when that other president was killed via assassination. His name just eluded me a while ago, but it will come to me eventually, right? And I'm thinking that we have beefed up our technology, we have beefed up our security in terms of protecting the president and his post. So I was just kind of shocked to see that somebody, a youngster, would have taken a chance like that, and he took his chance to his own demise, because they showed I saw a picture of him gunned down, and it is also sad, and I'm glad that his opponent, President Joe Biden, basically thrashed and hit out against such an act, because what they don't understand is that it is something that can happen on either side. So it's not just because it's Donald Trump per se, it can happen to any person who is in the president post or who is trying or vying for the prize to become the next president of the United States of America. I am glad that the plans of the the plan of the shooter fell through. I'm glad that nothing came of it. It did not come to fruition. It was null. It was voided. It is unfortunate that he lost his life, and he didn't even think about the repercussions, because this is a tragedy for his own family. It was unnecessary. It was not something that he had to do. He became a martyr for no cause. It was very foolish. He built his whole house on sand. He sowed his seed. He has sown his seed in poor soil, not in good soil, to his own demise and to the heartbreak and heart-wrenching moment and feeling of his own family and friends. And it's going to make it very difficult. It is going to make it very difficult for the people of America, what they don't, and people from other countries, because for anything that just looks like you want to create some mayhem can cost you your life. They're not, right now you don't know, it may be a case where they're not even afraid to kill anyone. If you just feel, and you may not even be thinking that way, but because of this happening, I was really, I couldn't believe it. I had to really wait to see if what I really read is so and watched is so. People are losing it. People are losing it. I thought the different mental difficulties and challenges, I knew it was not only synonymous to Jamaica, but it is really far and widespread, because he had to be, a part of the loony bin, unfortunately, to do this, thinking that he would get away in this 21st century with so much technology, security all over the place. As a Jamaican, even when traveling, sometimes when I'm traveling, I said, I'm wondering if, when somebody is going into a cell, I mean a jail area or something like that. You go through this, you go through that, you have to take off this. I mean, I remember once I was going somewhere and the man had my bag going. As I said to myself, I'm in my head, I'm saying, I know I'm a law-abiding citizen, but good, I felt almost like I was wondering if, I did something, because there was some jewelry, but the way how the jewelry was in the bag, like the machinery could not pick it up. So I had the bag going back and I said, Lord of mercy. I'm saying, I started to feel guilty, and I said, this is what the atmosphere is causing. I'm just saying all of that to say to you that with going through all of that just to go to another country, yeah, and now they have this, it is not good for America. Some Americans don't understand it, and even people who are non-immigrants, who are not Americans, it's going to be difficult. You can't just go like that. No, you're going to be watched like a hawk. Like when an eagle say, I'm getting that prey, P-R-E-Y, and I must have it. They're going to be watched. We're going to be watched this way, unfortunately. It is just a sad state of affairs, and I am happy that, the former president is fine, and no matter what the results will be, come November, January of next year, in terms of the official, being, commissioned and, put in power, it doesn't matter what the outcome will be, whether it's Democrats or it's Republicans, Democrats. The reality is a human being. No one has a right to try and take their lives. That guy must have been let loose from the loony bin, because I cannot again understand why he would take a chance with his life like that, not even thinking about the repercussions. And I saw somebody pose a question, how was that shooter able to get to the particular spot without being recognized, knowing that once they have a rally, I'm sure that they're supposed to know, once they see anybody there, something must pick up, if they say, if this person is a law-abiding citizen, this one is not, sort of a situation, whether it's millions or not. The security is supposed to be left, right, center, up, down, all around. So that's a very pertinent question that was asked. I don't remember who had asked it. Could have been the current president or somebody else. But how was the shooter able to get to where he's at? Is it that, the former president's security is not up to scratch? I know that when you're no longer president, you may not have the same number. And I don't want to use the word quality, maybe quantity, in terms of security, but I'm sure that Donald Trump on his personal side is able to, beef up his own security, from his personal side, I know that once you're president, you will still have some, but you won't have it as though you are the president, which is natural and understandable. But I'm sure that Donald Trump, would have his own security added to the ones that automatically comes, when you're a president. You're still protected until the day you exit Earth. It is unfortunate, very frightening, very saddening, and either side, people who hate Donald Trump or whatever it is, don't even rejoice, don't feel good, because it's something that it will affect even the Democrats, because it could have been Mr. Biden, it could have been, you just don't know. It tells a story that, the people, some of the people's headspace, just not in the right socket. It's not in the right section. It's misplaced, unfortunately, and it is not something to laud. It is not something to rejoice for those who don't like the man, please, because it affects everyone across the globe, not just Americans, because it's going to make it difficult for us, especially when trading and bartering and just visiting the country is going to happen. I mean, they probably soon say, boy, you have to give us your blood type. You have to show us pictures from anywhere in your mother's womb. You have to, you just don't know. So don't rejoice, those who don't like the man. I don't know. Some of you don't have no reason to. You have none whatsoever. You just listen to things. You don't study the times. You don't study history. And you run with what you just hear. Some of you have no reason. Why are you hating the man? He's not the devil, no matter what you think. Anyway, I'm glad he's okay. Thank God he's alive and well. And I pray that God will continue to thwart the plans of the enemy against his life or the president or anybody else's. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message.